All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to World Extermination Radio, the show where I get to talk to all kinds of cool people, such as the famous Joe-ilya, or the infamous Joe-ilya, actually.
Yeah,
How you
just like
doing?
last time.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well.
You don't know?
Pretty well, but I'm doing good.
Okay, well, that's good. If it's okay, I want to go on a little bit of a rant real quick. So, as people probably know, I've had some complaints about Doomworld, but I do want to say that by no means I don't hate Doomworld. I love Doomworld a lot. And
Yeah, me too. I still like it, even after I got banned.
yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, I do like it a lot. I mean, there's all kinds of people making maps and stuff like that, and I've heard people talking about how they're starting to make new maps, and they're posting threads on Doomworld asking for help, and people have been very helpful, and that's very good. And I'm very happy that we have like this centralized location where we can all talk about things we like about Doom, and that's a very cool thing. But I do have a feeling that unfortunately there's some rules with Doomworld where I know Linguica said that basically the only rule of Doomworld is don't be an asshole, and that's kind of for me that's kind of scary for someone like me who has thick skin, because what constitutes being an asshole is, well, it's a pretty
subjective. Yeah.
it's subjective, right? It's a small range of action for someone like me as compared to somebody who might be a little bit more sensitive. It would probably be a very large range of action for them. So it does make me a little nervous, only because I see cool people like you and Dark Nation and other kinds of cool people, people I think are cool, people that love Doom, that happen to get banned, and that's unfair. And
Dark Nation, especially with his threads about dog shitting and about giving feedback like I do.
Yeah, it's very weird because someone like you can make, like, you participate in the community. You post in topics that are related to Doom, and you've recorded demos. You've managed community projects. You've
contributed a bit to the Doom knowledge. Yeah, like you can
the Doom what
and push a switch, and at the same time you can do that.
Yeah.
I accidentally did that. A cyber demon shot me, and I blasted to pieces, but I pushed the use button just at the right time to push it as I die. And then I started the next snap with 100 health and pistol.
Yeah, and you've also made probably more Doom maps than probably the average 10 Doom World members combined. You've made so many Doom maps, but still you don't have the tenure to keep yourself from getting banned from Doom World, and that sucks. So my question to you is, what exactly happened? What was the last thread that you posted in that caused you to get banned? Like, tell me your story from your perspective.
It was the alphabetical game. It was a forum game about ABC. Not ABC. It's about wars, wars related to Doom, where you make shortcuts.
Oh, right, yeah. So what happened there?
Someone said bunny, and I said, beating up niggers never yell. And then I got banned for that.
That's ridiculous.
It was being funny, but they were pissed.
They were pissed at you for that? Okay. Well, let me first start by saying that I'm not racist, and I know you're not racist either, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're being silly, right?
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah, it's funny to you. It's funny to me too. I thought it was hilarious. But obviously we don't want to hurt people's feelings. We just want to say something that's funny, right?
I just had nothing to say. There were two N-words.
You couldn't think of any words?
I had nothing else to do. I just did that.
You couldn't think of any N-words? Like, not even like, I don't know, like newspaper
or a nun or a ninja or some stupid shit. But that's what popped into my head. I mean, it's like with the iDubbbz. It does say nigger too.
What says nigger?
And it was banned from a bunch of places because it said that word.
Oh, really? Wait, who is this?
iDubbbz.
iDubbbz? Is that a user on Doomworld? Who is that?
No, it's a popular YouTuber.
Oh, okay. Oh, and he said that word, and he got banned from YouTube.
Not banned from YouTube. He got banned from some convention.
Oh, okay.
No, he got banned from the convention.
Okay, he was banned from the convention. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's weird though. You there's some words you can and can't say, huh?
Yeah, even though it was just a stupid testament of someone.
Yeah. So what did people tell you?
Testing that. What?
What did people tell you? What did you? Yeah, like what did Doomworld tell you when you posted that?
Nothing. Nobody gave a shit except SL14.
Oh yeah.
Who just deleted my comment and said, "I'm sorry, Joe had to say that." That was very immature from him. Like, who gives a shit about maturity? It's a fucking forum game. Don't get pissed about it, you stupid
It is. It's exactly what it is. It was a dumb forum game. Who really cares? It was. I mean, it was going to get locked anyway, right? I mean, it was just.
I don't know. I'm not sure. If it was shit posted, I guess it would. But
yeah, it's okay to be immature.
It was really popular. That's all.
Yeah, it's okay to be immature. I mean, who cares? I mean, we're just goofing around. That's the way I see it too. And I think it's kind of weird that like you're supposed to be mature on like a Doom forum when we're all here for the same reason. We all play Doom. We all play this silly game. It's all kind of it's ridiculous. And if we don't get along, that's okay. But I think it's weird that people should get banned for something like that just by doing something that they think is funny, even if it's not funny to other people. I mean, who cares? If you say a joke and it falls flat, then
I mean, it's not like I posted a picture of dead corpses in real life. I didn't
well, people get banned for that.
Roast anyone. I didn't post pornography or anything.
Yeah.
I just didn't say something stupid. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it's you obviously don't think very hard about it. I mean, you probably don't put a lot of stake into what you say. I mean, you obviously weren't very serious. You weren't trying to hurt people's feelings, right?
Yeah, it was just a phone game. It wasn't serious. It wasn't something to debate about. It was just say something and fuck. That's all. That's all you do. You just say something.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. And you can get likes, reputation, or
yeah.
new software.
Mm-hmm. So how are things been since you've been away from Doomworld? I know you've moved your community project over to ZDoom forums, and
I moved it to ZDoom.
Yeah, I was checking out your thread on ZDoom since you moved Going Nowhere Fast to ZDoom, and it looks like a lot of people are pretty interested in it. Like a lot better than Doomworld anyway. I noticed a lot of people were like giving you a hard time on Doomworld about starting a community project, whereas
about managing the project, they were saying, "Oh, you're just delaying on nobody will give a shit, nobody will enter." But then people did enter. I mean, Fuzzball just said some snarky remark, and like I don't know.
Yeah,
like he thought it's going to die. The project is going to die, and it's going to be forgotten in a minute.
Well, who cares? You know,
well, I mean, like, he was wrong.
Right. Well, it's your project. I mean, if it does get forgotten, then that's so be it. But like, it's your project. It's your. I mean, you can promote it if you want. You can get people to get interested in making it. I mean, if there's no reason that other people should be telling you not to do something because it's not going to be. I don't know. Like, I mean, if you think you can do it, then you should be able to do it, right? I mean, it's your project.
Yeah. I mean, I did several.
Yeah.
Like I did say in a previous host show.
Yeah. And you've managed community projects before. I know I got to work on Consumed Earth with you when I donated my map to it. And that project went really well. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Tune-up project. And I think I did another one. But I'm probably making stuff up.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Yeah, I just made two. I made two. They were pretty small. They weren't the megawatts, the full megawatts you expect. But they were decent. They were half-sized. They were
Yeah.
sometimes. The first one was 7 maps. The Consumed Earth 7 maps. It's an episode.
Right.
The other one was just 2 episodes, and it was in the size of a half a megawatt.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, community projects don't always have to be megawatts and all kinds of stuff like that. I don't know why people seem to think that that's something that megawatts have to, or that community projects have to be. They have to be a full 32 maps. That's kind of silly. I mean, if you can get anybody to help.
Back then, I was just doing it for, especially for 7 maps. In that one, no, in that other one.
Oh, okay.
Consumed Earth, I tried to make 10 maps, but I only got 7 maps. So I just.
Well, 7 maps is just as good.
And the other one, I just took submissions and didn't really care how much I get.
Yeah.
Until people just wore out of the concept.
Yeah.
So I just stopped and compiled it all into a file.
Yeah. So what is So how's Going Nowhere Fast going? I mean, I've seen some people on ZDoom express some interest, and I see some people posting screenshots of maps they're working on. So it seems like it's going pretty good, right?
Yeah, but most of the contributors, one of the contributors, slot claimers, are from the other forum. There's another forum I moved in the project too. It's IDDQD.
Oh,
it's
so
Russian forum.
You went to the Russian forum? Cool.
What?
You went to the Russian forum to talk about your project?
I was already registered, so I just thought I just might as well just open the project there too. And
okay, that's
a
good.
lot more attention than ZDoom forums.
Yeah. I don't know how big ZDoom forums is on mapping. I know a lot of people are working on like gameplay mods and stuff like that, and they have their own like total conversions and stuff that they're working on, but not so much just like regular old Doom mapping. But how's the Russian community? Have you talked to anybody there?
About what? About the project?
About the project, yeah.
What do you mean I've talked to them? They make maps and I give feedback and they.
Right. Did you?
They improve.
Right. You posted
eventually it gets done.
Okay, so you posted the project. Has anybody expressed interest? Has anybody like tried to make a map for it?
Where?
At the Russian Doom forums.
Yeah, a lot more than ZDoom.
Oh, more than ZDoom?
I've got like up to 10 slots claimed already.
Yeah. Whoa, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I have the last 2 episodes are the ones that are mostly empty. Because they're slaughter fests and no one really knows how to do them.
Oh, well, that's okay.
No one's experienced enough.
That's okay.
But I did 2 slaughter maps. I did there for that one.
Well, if people can't make slaughter maps, maybe you could change the final episode to be about something else. Maybe something more people would be interested in.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
First
either.
Maps were just tiny maps. Everyone's interested in doing that. It takes little time.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of time.
You don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah.
And then I made the normal maps were just exploration based. And I think people are into that as well. People like urban areas and spaceships kind of especially.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad people are opening up to your project. And it's cool that you get to kind of like show other people who thought that your project was going to suck that you actually are working on it and things are actually getting done.
Support.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's good to hear that you haven't lost interest in Doom even though you've been banned from Doom World.
I still have a lot of projects, solo projects on my own.
Yeah. So are you still able to I guess you're still able to upload to Doom World, right? To id Games?
I don't know. I haven't tried yet.
You haven't tried yet? Okay.
I just don't have anything to upload.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's.
I have one map, but it's for a special occasion. For lost maps.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
It's a real big one. I've talked about it already. So moving on.
Well, you can talk about it. It's okay. What is it about?
No, I already finished it.
Oh, you're finished.
It's a big map.
Oh, okay.
It's a huge map. It's not a huge map. It's big and it's not very spacious, but it has a lot of compactness and a lot of detail.
Oh, okay.
It lags a lot, and it's
It lags
limit
a
for
lot?
moving compatibility.
It lags on your computer?
Not very much, but it kind of does.
Yeah, it's
Drops
noticeable.
a frame rate.
Okay.
Not significantly, but notably.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, from 30 it can drop to 25 or 20. Depends on where you're standing, what you're seeing, what you're rendering.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you're still
I
working
mean, if
on
you
that.
stand from the corner, if you ID clip out of the map and stand in the corner,
Yeah, where you can see everything, then it starts to really
slow
chug.
it down. But in Zidon, only in Zidon, in the PR Boom Plus, it goes fine.
Oh,
It
really?
doesn't lag too much. It only drops only a few frames, not even a dozen.
Oh, okay.
Kind of cool.
So, I know you still have a Twitch channel and you do your own streaming and stuff like that, and I've been able to talk on your stream before, and so
Yeah.
I know you wanted to talk about that a little
It's
bit.
on the special moments.
Yeah.
It's saved on the special moments. Highlights. I highlighted the stream.
Yeah.
Because it was something special. It wasn't just me. It was someone else too.
Yeah.
So I just put it there. Like you do with your radio hosts. I mean, if you just had to talk with yourself and the radio host, you wouldn't highlight it or something.
Yeah, it's not fun to talk by yourself. I get that impression sometimes too. Like when I'm watching like Let's Plays on YouTube and stuff, it's like boring to listen to somebody just talk to themselves because like they don't know what to talk about. Most of the time, they're just like humming the music and like not even.
They're just reacting.
Yeah, they're just relaxing. There's like no reason that they should even have a microphone if they're not talking to anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can put some mods that make the game look goofy and very unserious, and then people in the chat will react, and I will tell them what happens in a funny way.
Yeah.
Like with the Simpsons Doom and Toons Doom.
Yeah.
People just laugh at it, and I just tell them, what is it?
Is that something you're gonna try? That you're gonna like try playing Doom with like other kinds of mods, or is that something that's not interesting to you?
I already did that.
Oh, you have done it?
I did a lot of times. Played with my Rainbow Dash HUD.
So are you not going to do it again? Are you done with that?
No, I'm not done.
You are still doing
it? Yesterday I streamed about with Toons Doom and Simpsons Doom.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm still doing it. When what is very serious, I just try to make it unserious as hell.
That's funny. That's pretty cool. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do. So
what do you do on that? What do you do with
it? Nothing special. Just I upload stuff I like. Even since my computer can't really handle editors of any kind, I just upload stuff that I record.
What you record from Doom?
Uploads or Doom gameplay.
Oh, okay. So, like, what do you like to record? Do you record, like, your speed demos and stuff?
Yeah, speed demos that I make for the Doom World Megawatt Club.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
With the no end in sight WOD. I did the whole WOD. But I cheated in a couple of matches because I thought they were unfair. And Doom really took that to heart.
Who took that to heart?
Yeah, he took it too hard.
Wait, who did?
He acted like I don't know, like.
Wait, who said that? Who are you talking about?
Like a personally invaded his space.
Who are you talking about?
I had no idea that Doom was a playtester.
Oh, wait. So Doom was talking about you playing those maps with cheats on?
Yeah, but it wasn't about the cheat. It was about my feedback that I gave the map. I said that I doubted that it was even play tested. I had no idea who play tested it. And then Dew said that he play tested it and that he thinks that I'm picking on him.
Well,
no idea where he thought that.
Yeah, well, if Dew is playtesting the project, it's well, he has an opinion about how he's playtesting it and how the maps should play. So I think he takes his playtesting pretty seriously because a lot of people give him credit for it, and I understand that. I take my own playtesting pretty seriously too when people tell me that they don't think the maps that I tested were any good. But so I understand that.
Yeah, so even though I test my maps, sometimes I fuck up and people think I don't play test them at all.
Yeah, well, that's the weird thing because nobody can really tell how hard you put how much attention you put into your map when you play test it. So
yeah, so I don't take too much notice.
Yeah, it sucks sometimes. But yeah. So you didn't think the maps were play tested?
I didn't think the map played very well. I thought it played like impossible, set on impossible. So I just said it wasn't play tested properly.
Well, that's your opinion. I mean,
there were a whole bunch of hate scanners and cyber demons placed in unconventional places behind great or high up places that you can truly see on first glance, and if you stand there for 5 seconds, you get blown to pieces. You have to start the whole map over, which is a huge map. It's a pre-boss map.
Right.
And I said it wasn't good.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion. If you're not, well, that's the thing. If you're playing the map and you're not enjoying it, you should be. I mean, you're allowed to say that you don't like it, and that's okay. But I think what they were trying to say is that they don't want you to discredit the playtesters to assume that like it wasn't playtested at all, because that's not what happened. It was playtested, but if you don't think it's good, that's maybe it just wasn't playtested well. That's what you were trying to say, right?
Yeah, maybe he didn't playtest that one map, but he did with the rest. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, we can't really know. We didn't really see what happened, but
yeah, dude didn't tell me anything.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. People do get like fired up when you interpret something that they believe not to be true. So if you're telling him that if he knows for a fact that he did play test it and you're telling him that he didn't, then that's grounds for people to get pretty angry.
Well, I didn't tell him. The thing is, I didn't tell him. I just said in general what I thought about it.
Yeah.
And that's what he said about me.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about communication is because it doesn't. It's weird. I've heard this tip before, and it's as far as like talking to people and things. It doesn't matter exactly what you say. It matters how the person received it. And I guess that's kind of the situation that happened there. But I mean, I see that happen to you all the time. I mean, you say all kinds of things like you're just expressing an opinion. You're just telling people how you feel about things, and people tend to jump down your throat about it. And if they don't like your opinion, they don't have to. I mean, it's just your opinion.
People don't like what I say because sometimes I'm being harsh.
Yeah.
And that kind of pulls them down, so they feel like they should do something about it.
Yeah.
Like what I say.
Yeah, but what's weird about it is that they respond by pulling you down, and they're like trying to hurt your feelings and that's where things get like kind of nasty because they're fighting fire with fire. It's just a whole weird thing. The internet's a weird place.
Especially with mods.
What kind of mods? Like,
and then
dude mods?
Told me that I treat everything they say like it's a separate event.
They treat I'm sorry. What did you say? They treat everything you say
because he said that I do so many quote unquote terrible things that he just thought you might as well just ban me.
Wait, you said that?
That's
you asked
what he said
to
me.
You said that you wanted to be banned?
No, I didn't say that. Dew said that he might as well just ban me because I'm saying so many harsh things about people.
Oh, okay. That's very weird because I see Dew say
people's WODs.
Yeah, well, I see Dew say mean things all the time. Maybe not directly to people's WODs, but he gets in fights with people all the time. So that's a very weird thing of him to say.
Yeah, even a couple people PM'd me on sites and told me that dude is a meanie and that he doesn't like it when somebody doesn't conform to his point of view.
Yeah, I get
A
that
couple
impression a lot. I've
people.
had all kinds of fights with Dew, but
That's kind of a big number for
yeah, it's weird. But the other weird thing is that he's a moderator on the forum, so he kind of has that authority to do what he wants to do without, you know, any consequences. It seems like
without anybody telling him how he really should handle it.
You think who? I'm sorry.
I forgot whatever.
Wait, you said you think
what, do you not hear me sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes. I don't know. Well, it's not that you're. It sounds like you're kind of like far away from microphone or something. I don't know. But you said something. You think somebody should handle it? I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said the dude doesn't like it when the people don't confront his points of view.
Yeah, I heard that.
PM'd me about it, and I kind of thought that it wasn't my fault, that it was just dude having a bad day.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
possible.
He just was overreacting.
So who have you been talking to?
Didn't like what?
Who have you been talking to outside of Doomworld now that you're not part of Doomworld anymore?
All the people on Doomworld that are on the Russian forum, I talk to them.
Oh, okay.
The Russian forum.
So who are those people? Are you willing to name the names?
Chain Gunner X.
Oh, okay.
And that's it.
He's a good mapper.
In Memphis.
Memphis, of course. Memphis is a cool guy. I like Memphis a lot. He has a lot of like really.
He just made half a map. That's all he did to the project.
Oh, good. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, Memphis is like he's kind of an independent thinker. He's he has a lot of like strange opinions that most people don't agree with, but he's a cool guy, and I respect his opinion. And it's cool to see you and him getting along.
Yeah, too bad you only made half a map.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But then someone else came and improved on his layout a bit. Not very good, but it was a work in progress. So
yeah,
it's going to be a collab between someone and Memphis.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's good to hear. So, what kind of music have you been listening to lately? Do you have any like favorite bands?
I still listen to punk rock, but I also listen to. It's not new, but I also listen to some other punk variations of music, like ska punk.
Oh, good. I like ska punk.
Ska is.
What are some of your favorite ska punk bands?
I don't remember, but I remember one. I remember Less Than Jake.
I love Less Than Jake.
Yeah, but too bad only the first two records were good.
Yeah.
And the third one was half decent. And then they just went sell out. I mean, the sound they went sell out, and sound really means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So if a band has a clear sound, clear as water, where guitars sound like midis and drums sound like midis and all that,
right,
then it can really make me think that the music is popish.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I when I was in like high school and stuff, I listened to all sorts of punk rock. So I listened to like really thrashy stuff, and I liked when music was really fast, because that kind of got me like charged up, and it got me like, ready for the day. It was almost like drinking a cup of coffee before going to school or doing whatever it is I wanted to do. I really
but it wasn't about the pacing. It was about the sound.
Right, for you. Yeah, right, for you it's more about like the clarity of the sound, right?
Yeah, it's not about the clarity. It's about how, I don't know, like how straightforward the sound is.
How straightforward
when
it
it's
is.
all monotonous.
Okay.
Just
So what is some
just too clean.
right? What is something that sounds more poppy to you?
Blink 182.
You don't
and
like Blink
Green
182?
Day. I like their 90s stuff, except for the 99 record.
Yeah, their newest album was
Which
kind of
I
weird.
like the melody of the 99 record. The Animal of the State. I dislike the sound, but the music is really good. So I only listen to demos of the record.
Oh, okay.
Same with Alice in Chains as well.
Oh, okay.
Day.
Okay, so those are more like poppy sounds, right? So like
yeah.
So what exactly are you listening to? So like I'm trying to understand like what it means to be poppy and not poppy.
Just be raw.
Just do well.
No, I mean raw. I said raw.
Low. Is that what you said?
Raw.
Okay.
RAW.
LAW. Okay. So,
and if you don't have that, so it will sound like it's not real. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like it. It's not my taste.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. Yeah, you're allowed to have your own taste. I mean, I have my own taste too, and I've been told more than once that my taste in music is garbage. But I don't know. I mean, I know people who listen to the same bands I do, and I've listened to a lot of all kinds of punk rock bands. I don't listen to them as much anymore, but I did when I was younger. And it's not because I don't like them anymore. It's just I don't know. I'm trying new things. But a lot of the band I know. I have a soft spot talking to you because I know you like a lot of the same bands that I used to listen to when I was your age. Like I listened to a lot of punk rock bands like Less Than Jake, and I liked like I had on earlier the Casualties. That's one of my favorite like street punk bands. I've heard you mention that you listened to Lagwagon before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Lagwagon too.
I also listen to some underground music which nobody listens to, but
yeah, like what?
It sounds really good, so I just listen to it anyway.
Like what? Do you have any favorite bands that are underground?
There are records which are bands that make only one record.
Yeah, I've listened to a lot of bands like that too. Dismember.
Yeah, they get dismembered from the band, and they.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And they leave, and they only make one record, and that record can be really fucking good.
Yeah, that's a shame with a lot of bands, but
there's a band called Penis.
There's a band called Penis?
It was spelled with a 1-5 instead of IS. And it made only one record, but it's really good. It's not even goofy as you think.
Yeah.
There's only 2 goofy songs, and the rest are pretty mellow and dramatic. And for love songs, there are bits of love songs. They're pretty good for love songs. They weren't edgy or generic. They were warm.
Yeah, I've listened to all sorts of bands, and there's a bunch of bands that I have like in my library of music that they only have one album, and it sucks when that happens because sometimes it's like really good, but the bands just break up. They decide they want to do something else, and they don't make any more music, and that sucks when that happens.
Happens with bands who change their sound to be different. Up to that makes me not want to listen to their music.
Yeah, like I feel that way too. I feel that way too, because like if a band stays the same as they're like making more records, that means to me that sounds like they really like what they're doing, and they're very passionate about it. Good. Yeah, so if they're like changing their sound,
if it just stays punk, but it goes into all kind of genres like NoFX does.
Yeah.
With the ska, all kind of Russian songs, mixing it all together with punk rock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that's how I feel about when I'm listening to like a band. If one album sounds like something I really like, and then they make another album and it sounds like something I don't like, it sounds like they're changing their sound to appeal to like more people, and not just the people that they originally made their band for. And if they're changing their message, it's almost like they're being disingenuous. Like they're not, they don't really feel as strongly about the direction that they're going, So they're just trying to do what people like.
Don't like it and they just go away for a while.
Yeah.
Do something else.
Yeah, right. And that's how I feel like when I play your maps too, because like I know people like will try to tell you how to make better maps or whatever, but I know you're just doing what you want to do. And that's what's impressive to me, because I don't like to see it. It's nice to see people improve. That's good. But I don't want people to change their style from what they were doing to be more accommodating for more people. Just do what you like to do, because people like you for what you are.
If bands do that, they might as well form a new band and a different name.
Yeah. Right. And if you're someone on Doomworld, you might as well like change your name and be a completely different person if you're going to change the type of maps you want to make, right?
Yeah. If we do that. So
does that sound about right? Because I feel like that's the impression that I get from playing your maps. Does that sound right?
What?
That like.
What impression do you get?
Well, the impression
I like.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I've seen you make maps and stuff before, and I know people give you criticism for it, and they say you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, blah blah blah. And sometimes you do listen to them, and in most cases it does make your maps better. And but sometimes you choose not to, because you feel like that's not true to what you wanted to make in the first place. Does that sound right?
Yeah, like people say Dwango is terrible, but I think it has its charm.
Exactly. You think You think your maps are good. So like why would you want to change it?
About Dwango.
What? I'm sorry.
You know Dwango.
Yeah.
People don't like Dwango. There are people who don't like it. The series, because it's cheap and it's way too simple when it's done from scratch.
Yeah, some people think that,
but I still like it because it's a neat compilation.
Exactly, a lot of people like it.
Only Dwango I dislike are the first 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Dwango a lot too, and I know there's a lot of people who do. And
it's still been played. I played last week.
Yeah.
A bunch of guys and gals probably.
Yeah, so that's kind of like when you make maps, you're trying to make something that's true to your own style. And there's certainly things that inspire you, and Dwango, of course, is one of them. What other things like kind of inspire you to make the kind of maps?
Not always.
What?
Other things that inspire me to be a mapper, to do maps. I don't know, real life architecture. And,
you study real life architecture? Yeah.
Mostly doing to architecture. American McGee's maps are most influential for me. Even though people say that I'm inspired by what's his name?
Sandy Peterson?
Sandy Peterson.
Yes.
People say I'm like him, but I don't really like his maps.
You don't really like his maps? I didn't know that.
I like McGee's more.
Yeah, American McGee makes some pretty sweet maps. So
too bad I made the first episode. That's all.
Yeah, I can tell your mapping is inspired by real life architecture, because I know I played in a few like community projects. You do make maps that look like buildings, and I've seen maps where you make trains and things like that. And I've played. I remember in Lost 2 maps, or Lost Maps 2. The first level is like a house, right?
Yeah.
And what I thought was pretty cool about that.
It was inspired by Minecraft.
It was inspired by Minecraft? That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Do you play Minecraft?
Not a lot, but I do when there's a new update that I'm really excited for. So I play for a week and then bum out.
Well, what I noticed in that map, in Lost 2 maps, is there's a part. I know a lot of people say they don't like myhouse.wad because they don't like to play people's maps that look like houses, but I thought that was pretty cool. And when I played that map, there was a part where you go outside and you can see like there's like plants and they're sitting on top of like water or something. Is that like an irrigation system that you have outside of is that based on your house?
No.
It's based on someone. It's just a house that you made.
No, it's just a house I made in Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
There's a farm in there. The goodies planted in the dirt, on the wet dirt.
Yeah, what I noticed,
Like
right?
Doomwell was growing a bunch of armor bonuses and health bonuses from consumption.
Yeah, I saw that they have like that farm outside of your house, and I mean it's not your house, but it's just a house. Does your house at home have a farm outside of it? Because my house, for example, it has
No,
no.
I don't live in a house. I live in a flat,
Oh, you live in a
in
flat.
an
Okay.
apartment.
Oh, okay.
In
But
a
do
tenement.
they do? Is that normal for like? Is that the reason I'm asking is because I'm from the United States, of course, and you're from Israel. So
Yeah.
I've never been to Israel, so I don't know what it's like. But I know, but I saw like that because you built that house that had a farm outside of it. Is that normal for houses in Israel?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay,
It's
maybe.
Minecraft. It's not Israel. It's just Minecraft.
Okay. All
In
right.
Minecraft, there are farms outside of the houses, covered by a fence.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what I did.
Okay. So
It's
all
not
right. So
Israel inspired.
I interpreted that wrong because I thought that because you were making a house based on maybe a house you've seen in real life that would have a farm outside of it.
Nah,
I
just
thought that that was like something that's kind of like it gives me a chance to learn a little bit about Israel because I've never actually seen Israel before in my life, but I can play it through a Doom wad because you made it. But if that's not the case, then obviously I was on the wrong track. But I don't know.
corrected.
I thought that was interesting though. I thought because like it's cool that you can play people's maps and you can kind of like even if you play someone who makes a map of like myhouse.wad where they make a map based on their house, you actually get to see what their house is like without even knowing where they live.
What do you mean?
Like if
It's
somebody,
just a fantasy house.
yeah, well, in your case it was a fantasy house, but some people do make maps that are based exactly on their own house.
Well, yeah, like Sandy Peterson's map 16.
Yeah, yeah,
But these maps are kind of boring. They're just flat.
they're
But
flat.
Sandy Peterson made it fun because he added heights and fun monster placement.
Well, they're not all flat. Some of them are, but I like. I mean, Sandy Peterson makes some pretty cool maps, and he has some like pretty fun and inventive ideas. And I think people think that you're kind of like more like Sandy Peterson because you have fun ideas too. Because like people who make maps today, they're
What do you mean fun ideas?
well, like for example,
Doing
like
simple
barrels of
maps.
fun is like a fun idea because it's just a concept where you put the player in a level that has all sorts of barrels and stuff in it, and you just have to run away from the explosions. And something like Courtyard, for example, is just
Okay.
this huge infighting. He just has like kind of like fun ideas where he's just trying things with the monsters and with the maps to make something that's not very realistic, but it's exciting and it's unusual compared to like things that
Could you give me an example of my map that resembles a gimmick that
well
Sandy would do?
I
Because
don't
I'm
know
not
if
sure there
I
are.
don't know if you have any like specific gimmicks in your maps, but I think what people are doing are comparing. What I would do is I would compare your maps compared to most people on Doomworld, and most people on Doomworld are making maps where they're trying to make them very like polished. They're very focused on texture alignment and detail and making it
But that's what I
very
do
nice.
nowadays.
Yeah, I see that in your maps lately. I've seen some of your screenshots and they do look really good. But I think like, but I don't know if people would still say that your maps look like Sandy Peterson's today. But in the past, when they saw your maps for the first time, it seemed like you had an idea in your head when you were making the maps, and you want to have fun, fast-paced action. Is that right?
Yeah, there were fun visuals.
Yeah, and fun visuals.
And kind of arena-based gameplay.
Yeah, and that doesn't seem to be what everybody on Doomworld is doing. So what I'm trying to say is that you're kind of going on your own path, right? You're not really doing what everybody else is doing. You're doing your own thing because you know it's fun for you, right?
Even though I'm just doing what Dwango does, and it's just transforming maps into do something else that they weren't supposed to do in the first place. Like
Yeah.
make map 1 into a deathmatch map.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're trying to see like the goals that you have when you're creating a map are different than what most people seem to do. I think people want to make a map that I'm not speaking for everybody, but I think there's like a trend on Doomworld where people are like making maps where they're trying to take a very good screenshot. so people will get more likes on Doom World or something like that. And what I think you're doing is I think you're very focused on making a map very fun for yourself because you know what you like, right?
Yeah, and if I want to screenshot, I just can see what's the most interesting point of my map and just publish it.
Right. Yeah, but I can see that you're like...
Right now I'm remaking Doom 2 maps to be deathmatch maps, just like Dwango does.
Just like Dwango does, exactly. Right. And there's not a lot of people on Doom World who are still doing that. That's something that I think people have tried when Doom was new, like back in like the 1990s.
It's just really fun for me right now.
Yeah.
Dwango inspired me with this one.
Yeah. Well, right. That's what I'm trying to say. You're doing something that's fun for you. You just want to have a good time, and that's very important as a Doom mapper because I think that's what is that kind of what keeps you interested in Doom is that you find something that's fun and then you just go ahead and make it, right?
Yeah, you just find the limited sources and you just turn them into something new.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of my thing.
Yeah, that's kind of the that's like your kind of motivation to make as many maps as you do is like to kind of like mess with what you have and try to make it into something interesting. Whereas there's like, I mean, there's other people on Doom World who will like use every texture resource under the sun, and they'll just like combine all these resources into one thing and try to make the coolest map possible.
Build the most detailed kind of stuff.
Yeah, they make really detailed type of stuff.
I kind of tested myself with making a lot of detail that field map that I talked about.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. Do you think there's any kind of like what do you think about Doom World today? Do you think it was like better in the 90s or do you think it's like better now?
It was better existing in the 90s. It was just existing for a few months in the 90s, and that's when it sprung into the 2000s.
Well, maybe not Doom World specifically, but like the Doom community, people who are making maps. Do you think maps were better in the 90s or do you think they're better now?
They're the same quality, except I think in the 2000s, not in the 10s, in the 2000s, the maps were a bit more clunky and more focused on making something impressive and make something playable.
Yeah. Yeah, so like in the 2000s, they were a bit more. They went a little crazy with the detail in the 2000s.
Yeah, they were dry.
They were what?
Overwhelmingly dry.
Yeah. So so you obviously don't want to do that. You don't want to make your maps so detailed that they're clunky and not fun to play, right?
Except I just made one map and I didn't want to do that ever again. It's just not fun for me to make maps like that. It's too much time.
Yeah, it does take a lot of time.
2 months to make a map, which everyone will just play for almost half an hour and then immediately forget about it. It's kind of pointless for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. That's a good
less time.
Right, that's a good point. I take that. I think about that a lot too when I make maps too. I don't want to make a huge map that takes me so long to make, and it's like super detailed and whatever, and people may only play it once. That's not something that's interesting to me. I don't want to commit all this time and energy into making a really huge detailed map, and if people only play it once, that's not interesting. So
or even just a huge map.
Yeah,
but it wasn't a huge map when I made it. It was rather small.
Yeah.
Almost half an hour of gameplay, but it doesn't mean it's big. It's just really detailed.
Right. Well,
it's not like those city maps like Linus. You know Linus? He makes a lot of city maps.
Yeah.
Huge city maps. Or like Planisphere. It's also huge.
Yeah, that's crazy huge. I haven't even played Planisphere before. I looked at screenshots of it, but I'm like, I'm not even going to try to play that. I bet my computer would crash.
Yeah, I play. No, in PR Boom it plays just fine.
Oh, really? It works just fine for you on PR Boom?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I would have to try it then. I didn't know that. I assumed it would crash just because of how gigantic it is.
I mean, there's a version where the map doesn't really load because it lacks some kind of something that doesn't run.
Some kind of like node building thing or a programming
only
thing?
runs in ZDoom. Only runs in ZDoom because it's improperly made.
Oh, okay.
With, some missing files that the Bearboom can run without.
Oh, okay. So what you were saying in your
watch out for that.
Yeah, you were saying in your own maps you don't like to. You've made one detailed map, and it was. Did you say it was pretty small? It wasn't very big.
No, it was a medium-sized.
It was a medium-sized map, and it was very detailed. And you're probably not going to do that again, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I get that. I get that feeling too. I don't like to make my maps like super detailed. One thing that I've been like really, I mentioned this before, but I'm really interested in lighting. So I like try to make so I can actually you can actually accomplish a lot just with lighting. You can make like a very like undetailed map look really cool just by using like light gradients and stuff. But that's something I've been trying to work on lately, is be more focused on lighting. But it is pretty rewarding if you, especially because like detail, for example, can give you very very clunky if there's all kinds of like borders and stuff on the walls, and you're trying to like strafe side to side, you're bumping into the borders and you're like bumping around, and you don't really have as much control over your player when you're trying to dodge fireballs. And that's what makes it really annoying.
Barriers are the worst.
What?
These kind of barriers are the worst.
Yeah. It just makes it not very fun. So you are working on Going Nowhere Fast, right?
A lot of things.
You have a lot of different projects. What are some of the names of your projects that you're working on?
Right now I'm working on Deathmatch Doom 2.
Okay.
It's not a sequel to anything. It's the first one. It's just I convert Doom 2 maps into Deathmatch maps.
That's a cool idea.
I also have a vice versa of that version, where I take Duango maps and make them into single player maps. I just find that concept really fun for me for some reason. So I just do it until I burn out, and then push it back to a different day. When the blood keeps flowing to the right level.
Okay, so that's one project. What other projects are you working on?
Also, a sequel to Kuchitsu, which Memphis approved of, endorsed.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to see him just say that.
Yeah, that is very cool.
I had no idea he would do that. But he's pretty mellow about that.
Yeah, Memphis is a cool guy. Do you talk to Memphis often?
No, very seldomly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. I mean, he's a cool guy. Okay, so that's two projects. Do you have any other ones that you're working on?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Well, like we talked about, we have a Satanic Surfers with Going Nowhere Fast. It was just a Boom Map Pack community project.
Okay, well that's good. I'm glad you're working on those projects. It's very nice to hear that even though you're not part of Doom World anymore, that you're still interested in mapping and playing Doom and playing the new stuff that comes out and making maps and all kinds of stuff. It's nice. It's nice for me to hear, because I get worried about that when people get banned from Doom World, that they just kind of quit Doom. You know, like Doom is that.
Yeah,
that's
there
it for
are
them.
forms to rely on. You can go there and continue with your life.
Yeah, well, that's.
I also work on a project called 10 Monsters, where I just put 10 monsters in each map and make it really weird.
Yeah.
Different from each other.
Wait, so is it 10 of the same monster, or is it 10
really
different monsters?
Project. I worked on it for 2 years for some reason.
Is it 10 different monsters, or is it 10 of the same monster in the same map?
No.
What is the
monsters.
project?
It's just 10 monsters placed in a map, and I try to do some kind of gimmicks with them.
Oh, okay.
So that they won't feel stale.
Oh, okay. That's a cool idea.
It's a challenge of a sort.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like there's some mappers that are really good at that. Like for example, if you play anything by like Malcolm Saylor or like Ribix, for example, he does like a lot of really cool stuff where he can make just a couple of monsters be really, really dangerous.
Same with Plutonia.
And Plutonia, yes, exactly, Plutonia.
The Plutonia series.
Is that where you got the idea from, Plutonia?
No,
you just thought of it
from I don't know, all kind of limit projects.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just thought about it for I don't know, even then other people started making all kind of stuff. AD started making 50 monsters. He finished that. And then another project spawned in. It's called 20 Monsters Challenge. And
it just gets smaller and smaller.
I started with 10 and then other people came in and made even more monsters or something.
Do you think there will ever
make it the most?
Do you think there will ever be a one monster challenge?
There is. It's called one monster. It's one species of monster in the map.
Wait. I thought one monster was about it's one type of monster. So like you could play a map that has like 100 monsters, but they would all have to be imps or like all lost souls.
Oh yeah, that exists. That exists already.
Yeah, but is there like a project? But like, is there a project already where you only have to fight one individual monster just by itself in one map? It probably wouldn't be very fun.
Map 30.
Yeah, map 30. Yeah, I guess that counts.
It's just a revenant and a pedestal. That's all.
Yeah. So it's been done.
Or I don't know, any other map 30 that just has one monster.
Yeah.
Or none at all.
Okay, well that's good, man. I'm glad I got to talk to you. Do you have other things?
What about the challenge where you fight no monsters? And all you do is
you run away from barrels and crushers and damaging floors.
Yeah. Other people suggested kind of a point and click kind of an adventure. Where you just collect a bunch of items and you can combine them or break them or use them somehow.
Yeah, or you can press switches that'll like lower a crusher above you and you have to like run away from it and stuff like that. But the crusher also opens a door or like maybe something like that. I don't know. You can do some like pretty wild stuff, especially with Boom. If you have like
with all the conveyor belts and all that.
Yeah, with like voodoo dolls and stuff, you can make all kinds of crazy things happen.
Voodoo dolls are compatible with them too as well. But there are no conveyor belts.
Yeah, there's no conveyor belts though.
You can only tell a frog them.
Yeah.
Or make a monster puzzle with the monster behind them.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Do you have any other like project ideas that you'd like to start in the future, but you haven't started them yet?
No, I just started all of them right now.
You just start everything you do?
I already have all the projects I thought about and I named them, but I haven't finished them or touched them in a lot of time.
Yeah, that happens to a lot of people. I know.
Even 10 months. It should be a brief, little what you can make in a month or a couple of months. But for me, I don't really always have anything to do with 10 monsters, so I just wait a few days until I finally have an idea what I want to do.
Yeah. Well, I've had a similar experience where like I would have, if I have too many projects that I'm working on at the same time, I won't work on any of them. It's too many of them going on at once. So I like to try to condense my workload so that I'm only working at like one project at a time or like one or two projects at a time, just so I don't get like too bogged down.
I'm only when I feel inspired, so I don't spend my time just doing them out with my last breath.
Yeah, exactly.
I make a lot of projects to keep my juice flowing through all kinds of means with the mapping.
Yeah. You've told me before that Well, you said before we started that you just had got done some exams. So do you do a lot of stuff outside of Doom? Do you have like real life obligations? Like I have a job, for example. I go to work every day, so I also have like friends and family and stuff that I need to hang out with on holidays and things like that. So I don't get as much time to even play Doom as often as I
I
used
have
to.
plenty of time. I have way too much time.
Oh, you have too much time?
I can study 4 hours and play Doom 5 hours.
Oh, well, that's good.
I have a lot of time. I don't have anything to do.
Oh, okay. So when you're having trouble getting started on projects, it's just because you're out of ideas. It's not because you're out of time.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm out of time. No, it's because I'm out of ideas.
Ideas, yeah. Yeah, well, my problem is that I don't have as much time. I mean, I played Doom for the first time in like weeks, just a couple of days
ago. You have a job. You need to do something.
Yeah, I work a lot, and I have friends and family that I need to hang out with every once in a while, and I played a little bit of Scythe 2 a couple of days ago, and that was like the first time I played it in weeks, and it was great. It was so much fun, but I only had a few hours to play, and like besides that, I'm just doing these podcasts, like talking to people and stuff. But so I don't have as much time for projects, but I do have like some projects that I'd like to work on in the future. But I don't know. I feel like it makes more sense to just help people make their own projects if they have the time for it. All right. So is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Well, what do we want to talk about? I mean, I could say that nothing. That's all.
Well, is there anything like? Well, for example, I mean, you don't have an account on Doom World anymore, so you don't really get to tell people what you're up to. So, is there anything that you wanted to like fill people in on? Because I mean, a lot of people on Doom World are probably listening to this.
Well, they can go to Zidum and see what I'm up to.
Okay.
Even though I don't really post much, I just put in my project which I maintain, and don't really interact much.
Okay.
But I kind of do.
Yeah. Well, you do all kinds of stuff. I mean, you make maps and you make community projects and you have a stream.
Yeah, there's a thread in Zidum about My Little Pony, which we can discuss about it, or we can discuss about someone getting hijacked in a car.
Wow.
Or some news, which I could interact with Doomers, but only for a bit. It's not what I always do though.
Okay.
It's a little thing.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say to people on Doom World?
Well, I'm streaming Twitch. I have all kind of like a Doom gameplay in there. I have a YouTube channel which I upload gameplay as well, except it's more confined.
Okay.
It has less maps where I cheat. Where in streams I can usually cheat, do a resurrection code, because I don't want to do the map all over again. So
all right.
On YouTube I upload the demos. I can upload to the DSDA, but I don't feel like it.
All right. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad I got to talk to you again. It was good catching up. Yeah. So all right. So thanks everybody for listening. Thank you, Space Marines, for tuning in. And if you're watching this on Twitch, thank you for your comments and all that stuff. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for the views and the subscribes.
Thanks for the colorful Marines.
Thanks for what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know that Halo ripped off Doom with the whole armor thing, where Halo has all kinds of colored armor.
Yeah.
Doom had it first.
That's right. Doom always did everything first. Everything that's good about first-person shooters, Doom did first.
Yeah, colored armor, all that.
Yeah.
Even Wolfenstein didn't have it, so.
Yeah, Doom did it first.
So I have to go now.
Okay. All right. See you later. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and have a good night.